Hey, what's up, TikTok? It is me, Brandice, and we are here for Girl Gang Gossip. Let me go ahead and text Alot by True and tell her that I am. Well, as soon as goes live, I will invite her. Y'all ignore my dishes. Ignore my dishes. I will invite her to co-host with us. Usually, I sit in front of like my pretty background and backdrop, but y'all, I don't feel like getting up from here. I don't even feel like taking off my pajamas. So this is what y'all getting today. So let's see where Miss A Lot by True is. Let's see if she went live already. Let's see, can I add her as a host? No, she's not on yet. I'll check back in a second. So I hope you all are having a great and fantastic week so far. I am excited to have this conversation with Miss Tarina, and how I met her is so awesome. Hey everybody, welcome on in. Can you hear me okay? Is my mic working? Can you see me clearly? I'm still trying to figure out this whole TikTok live thing. Okay, here she is. Inviting her now. She is invited. There she is. Hey girl, hey. How are you feeling today?
Ha, I'm good.
Are you really?
Yeah. All right.
Okay. All right. So I'm excited to have you here with us for Girl Gang Gossip. We're just gonna have a little chitty chat real quick. So
Okay.
first of all, congratulations on being able to go live on TikTok, girl.
I've been be able to. I just don't be on TikTok. I've been able to go on live for since last year, I think, or year before.
Really?
I don't be on TikTok.
Girl, you out here playing games. I went on
Nah,
your
you
account
know
and
what
I
it
was
was? You know what it was during the pandemic? I downloaded TikTok just for shits and giggles. And from then I started getting people and going live. I was going live before, but I was I don't know. It was some bull. It was some BS. I just like, you know what? This is too much. This is too addictive. Let me pull back and get back into my sewing because this TikTok had me up all night. Okay, and I couldn't do it. So that's what it was.
sorry, people keep texting me. So I put my phone back on do not disturb because every time that someone texts me, the sound goes out. Okay, so let me finish getting my little coffee together, which is going to be my last day using creamer. I'm going on a elimination diet. So no
And you're
dairy,
very
no red meat. So
okay.
today is my last day that I'm eating all the good
You
stuff
know what's funny? Like
that's bad for you.
I don't eat red meat often, but for like I bought me some steak, and I'm like, yo, I just can't stop eating steak now. I'm like, oh no, I gotta stop this because I ain't ready to leave in a
Steak
long
is
time.
steak is so delicious. Okay, so you were saying you needed to get back into your sewing. So let's talk about that. So I met Miss Allah by True, aka Tarina, um, when she was working at the fabric store. So I was making only handbags and accessories and stuff at the time, and I had decided I was going to start making clothes, and I had no clue what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know what zipper that I needed, and I walked up to this beautiful black woman and was like, "I need a zipper," and she's asking me all these questions. I had no idea. I was like, I don't know. I remember like it was yesterday. So she gave me a zipper. It worked out great.
Mm-hmm.
And then I posted on Facebook in this like sewing group that my outfit that I made. And she commented and was like, "Didn't I sew you the zipper?" And we've been friends ever since.
Right.
So tell the people what you do. So you told us that you sew and what else you got going on. You're just a beautiful
Uh,
artist.
well, thank you. I do a little bit of everything. I write poetry. I used to write songs. I don't know if I'm going to get back into that. That was more of a hobby, or I guess just therapeutic. I guess, but poetry is therapeutic as well. Um, I actually was on 95 South show. Did you see that when I was on at the Apollo?
No.
I'm not 95 South. I'm sorry, 85 South. You ain't see it when I was at the Apollo? Oh, girl. Yeah.
When was
That
that?
was right before the pandemic hit. It aired, I think it aired in November of 2019, I believe.
How did I miss that?
Yeah, I was nervous as hell, but I got up there. Everybody thought I was part of the show, and I'm like, nope, I was not part of the show. It just happened, and I just took that was my moment. I had to take it.
You have to send me the link to,
I'll
maybe
send you
I
the link.
did
It's on YouTube. I posted it and everything. Yeah.
either.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to dig back in my memory bank. A whole lot of stuff has gone down since November 2019. But congratulations on that. That is dope.
Yeah.
Send me the link so that I can watch it, please.
Right.
And then I'll post it in the Girl Gang. Which, by the way, if you're not in the Girl Gang on Facebook, get in the Girl Gang. bit.ly/Girl Gang OG. I don't know. It's very case sensitive.
I might be in. I'm not even sure. I know you told me you. I guess you texted to me, but my apologies because by the time I get up in the morning, this is what I'm doing. As you can see, I'm like
Yeah.
I
Is
sit
that a
right
bathing
here.
suit?
No, I'm actually making panties right now, just like some comfortable.
Oh, I saw that you had posted some panties in a sewing group. Those are
Yeah,
cute.
thank you.
So are you selling those now?
Yes, so they're gonna be up on my website soon because I posted it in the group and I got a lot of orders from there. But my website was down, so I just did pre-orders for right now.
I would like to know why my coffee machine is not making coffee. The coffees are not coming out.
Wow.
Okay. So you're a mom and an entrepreneur. How do you balance that?
You know what? My son is not bad. He's 13. He be in his own world. You know, they all be on the phone anyway, so he don't pay me no mind. And when I do bother him, he just like, "Ma, please stop." But I'm not, so I like to bother him as much as I can because he's growing up too damn fast. I be telling him that, like, I was like, listen, I think every parent should embarrass their kid at least once or twice or three times, maybe. But
Are
I
you
like to.
guys still doing creative stuff together? I remember you used to post his art, which he's so
Um,
talented too.
yes, he's very talented, and I be trying to push that, but it's just like he have his days. I feel like I get my days too, but I'll try to push through regardless. If something that he starts not coming out right, he just gives up, and I'm like he's right now doing Pennywise. Is that his name? Pennywise the clown. That's the
Oh,
name,
I
right?
think so. I haven't watched the
Yeah.
movie, but that
So,
sounds right.
but it's coming out amazing, and I'm like, okay, finish it. But it's like every little detail he'll show me. I'm like, okay, now finish it, because I'll be trying to push him like to finish it. Okay, I don't want to see every little detail. Okay, you do a little eyelash. You want to show me? Finish it. So yeah, but
He put so much work and effort into that eyelash. Um, so aside from the panties, like what other kind of things do you work on?
I do revamping as well. I just did a pair of sneakers that came out dope as hell.
Yes, they
Um,
did.
and I made an outfit to go with it. I actually was going to my first sneaker ball. That's what made me do it. Yeah, I never been to a sneaker ball. I thought they was just so weird. I'm like wear shoes. I like heels. I'm like
That
the
sounds
hell I want to
fun
wear.
though.
It
I've seen
was.
them
It was
on like
crowded.
Instagram.
It was crowded. So I mean I enjoyed myself, but I didn't enjoy myself, if that makes sense.
Right. You had a good time, but it was too many damn
Yeah,
people.
it was just like, cause I like to dance, so it was no room to me to move at all. And I'm like, yeah,
This ain't it.
this definitely not it. But when they say come early, make sure you come early, cause I like to time my times out. So when I go out, I like to leave my house at a certain time. Like today, like if I decide to go to my sister-in-law house for her party, because she do a little party every Friday. They just started back. I would start getting ready at 2:00, and the party don't start till 11. Cause I feel like I gotta take a shower, I gotta get my clothes out, and then between that, I'm still sewing. So now I gotta decide what I want to wear, what I want to look like. Then I gotta do my makeup, because if I don't do all that and then I wait at the last minute, I'm not gonna go. So I got to do all that early. Like, this guy was like, "Oh, what you doing for the weekend?" I was like, "I don't know. Like, if you going to hang out, if you want me to hang out with you, you gotta let me know early, because if I'm sitting here sewing and caught up, and I'm like Wednesday, for prime example, my homeboy hit me up. He was like, "Yo, I ain't see you in a minute. I want to see you." Fine. I was like, "Oh well, I was thinking about going to the grill because they got open mic, and I wanted to do one of my poems." I'm sitting here sewing. I called him up around 6:00. And I was like, he was like, "Oh yeah, you going?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh well, hit me up after." I was like, "Hit you up after?" I thought we was gonna go together, so I'm not going no more. So I didn't go.
First of all, the implications of hit me up after, like,
Right.
sir,
It's like,
you won't even go out with me? You're not even like to a free event.
exactly. And that was the whole point, because you told me, I was like, if I go, I'm gonna hit you up at like 5, 6 o'clock, because I knew he was going to the gym. He was like, "All right, fine." So if I'm calling you at this time, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start getting ready, and you tell me to hit you up after? No. I thought we was gonna go together. I was like, "Oh well, I'm not going." I mean, I could have still went. I was trying by myself anyway, but I was just caught up sewing. I'm like, change my mind.
Hey, Casey. Hey, girl. So she's one of our girl gangers. Casey, if you're on Facebook, you got to get in the girl gang group also. Um, all right. So speaking of dating, like, let's talk about dating in New York City, girl.
Trash. You know what? I'm not gonna say trash, because I don't know. And it's like, I feel like my soulmate is not in New York. And I've been saying that for a while. Like, yeah, I play around with these dudes. Well, I ain't gonna say these dudes. There's only one guy who really got my attention, but I never see myself with him. Like, I fell in love with him. You remember the guy I was talking about, Matt, from a while back, girl. Like, yeah.
The MTA guy?
Well, he worked for MTA now, but he a DJ.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but that's just he. I don't know. That's another story. But anyway.
Oh, we don't have to talk about your personal business on the internet. No, we don't. No, we don't. I was just general answers. Okay, so somebody got your attention. I mean, if you feel like your soulmate is not New York, girl, you need to travel more.
I know. I know. I know. Trust me, I know. I've been saying that for years. Like, I'm still trying to get to California. I ain't get there yet. So
Let's go. Let's go this year. Let's go. I'm trying to like get my money up, help as many women, help educate, empower, and entertain as many women as I possibly can, so that I can have travel funds because I like traveling, and I
right.
want to go back to California this year. Like, I'm just realizing more and more that everyone's days are numbered, and I don't really get to spend a lot of time with my family that's out there. So
Hmm.
at least doing my best to get out there once a year, I think, is
Do you
a good
speak to
look.
them often?
I speak to my grandfather occasionally. And then I have a bunch of friends and stuff. I guess we speak like regularly, but it ain't nothing like seeing somebody, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be the last picture that someone can pull up for me, and my grandfather is from like 2002, you know?
Right. I feel you.
So, anyway, my point is, girl, come with me because I got family out there. We got places to stay.
Okay. When you plan on going back?
I usually like to get out there. Oh, it's creeping up on us. Oh, man. Shoot. I usually try to like to get out there in April.
Okay.
Um, just because the weather is still pretty mild and it's not travel season.
Mm-hmm.
So you can still do the touristy stuff without it being packed with people. You feel me?
Okay. Yeah.
It's not like everyone goes to California, like, I guess starting after spring break. So
Okay.
let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can who I can talk to. And maybe I could book some parties out there. Let's discuss this further offline.
Let's get it together. Listen, I got so many ideas that I want to put together, especially I want to do a fashion show. Let's talk about that. But then I want to put together because I had a dream. So did I even? I didn't tell you my the time I got high off of edibles. Did I?
If you did, please remind me.
So so let me tell you. Dan after with me. Come to my home and have a look.
Do you have comments that I can't see?
Somebody said Dayton into action with me. Come to my home and have a look. It's a
Oh yeah,
shrimp.
I can't see that.
No,
Uh-uh.
I don't know if that's so. How do I know if it's like somebody that's following me or somebody that's following you?
I guess you can see your comments and I can see my comments.
Oh, okay.
I
So
thought we would be able to see the comments together.
right. I see. I haven't been live. This is new to me. I didn't know that people go live together now. So it's just like okay. Cause I remember somebody was talking about that. Like I guess overseas they was doing it, but not here in United States. So I'm like, okay, now I see. But so the story when I got hot. All right, so I was at my brother's house. Like I had edibles before. Don't get me wrong, I had edibles before, and
Oh wait, be careful what you say so we don't get banned. So our live doesn't get banned.
so what I can't say edible. Like okay, so what am I? What I don't know. So what am I not
Well,
supposed to
you already
say?
said it, but just keep telling the story. But just keep it in mind. How would you
Okay,
tell this story if Josh was there?
I would use the same words.
That
But
okay.
listen, I have a conversation with my son about this, and we talk about these things because it looks like regular chips or regular candy. So you
Right.
don't know, if somebody might be eating them. You don't know. I'm like, oh, here, take one just to see the reaction. So I have a conversation with my kid about that. So, and that word shouldn't even be banned because it's normal and you have to have this conversation with people. And you have to have a conversation with your kids about this. So if y'all ban me, that's stupid. But
So
anyway,
the one thing that I've noticed is that, well, one, it's still not federally legal, and two, um, they are very sensitive to people's religious and cultural beliefs. So if anyone could find it offensive, they're not having it.
I
But I want
understand.
to hear the story though. I'm just saying
I
keep that in
no,
mind.
I totally understand. But like I said, you have to have this conversation with everybody. Cause people, you got greedy people that just be want to snack on something, and they're gonna take whatever they get. You know what I mean? So you take whatever you get the effect after that. Stop being greedy and don't be asking for everybody's stuff. So
Okay, so what happened?
look, Mikey. But anyway, so like I said, I had them before, and anytime like I had them, if I'm outside, I always like I don't know the effect it's gonna give me, so let me go home. So I never been outside. So this is the first time I've been outside, but I was at my brother's house. I usually have like the candy, whatever, and this is my first time having the chips because that's all they had. Girl, so the chips is like maybe about this size, right? And they tell you whatever whatever, and I think I had Cheetos or something like that. And it's a Friday night. The first Friday is my sister first Friday night at the party. So then I shared it with them. I shared it with her friends, shared it with her. And then I'm sitting there because my sister-in-law was like, she was like, well, let's see how long it's going to take for you to get Friday. We're going to use Friday, okay? To get Friday. So I'm like, okay, so it didn't kick in. So then I'm sitting there like, it was still early. So I remember it was still early. And I'm sitting there as they was talking, and I realized I'm reading a bag, and it says, "Do not consume any alcohol." Da da da, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. But I kept eating it. I kept eating the bag, and it ain't like I ain't gonna say it didn't dawn on me, but I knew. But it's like I didn't know because it's like it's chips, so you're not even expecting anything. So I end up as I'm sitting there, I ate the whole bag, and I'm like, all right, it's okay. It was like, okay, it's time to go upstairs now. So the party start. Excuse me if you can't. The train is going past.
Oh, I can't even hear it.
Oh, okay. So then I'm like, oh, okay. So then we go upstairs because it's like in a backyard under a tent. The tent get hot as hell, girl, under there. But I need to go. I might go tonight. So anyway, so I don't remember nothing. I don't remember what happened. All I remember was I went live. I remember I went live and is these people spamming me?
You can block them or mute them.
How do I do that?
Tap on their name or their comment, and something should come up. Wait, hold on. Yeah, tap on it and hold it down, and it will say you can reply, translate it, mute, block,
Yeah,
or
because it's
report
like
them.
3 people saying the same thing on my thing, and I don't.
Yeah, just block them. It's always got to be some bots. And hello to everyone who's watching us live. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and being entertained by Girl Gang Gossip, which we just sitting here gossiping. Okay, go ahead.
So right. So like I said, I went live on Instagram, and I see in the video I seen the cops walk past, and I'm like, well, when the cops was here? Because I don't remember. I was all in the video dancing while the cops is all inside the tent. And I'm like, but I don't know what happened to girl. So mind you, this was a Friday. Saturday I had somewhere to go, but I didn't wake up until Sunday. And when I woke up Sunday, I had a burn on my ear and a cut on my knee. Don't ask me how I got it. Don't ask me. I have no idea. So all I remember was my sister calling me, I think Monday. She was like, "Oh, you back?" I was like, "Well, where did I go?" I said, because I don't remember nothing from Saturday. Like I said, I had plans Saturday. I didn't get up. So
Excuse me 1 second. Jade, are you serious? Jade, are you serious? Go somewhere. You lost your mind. I have a bag of trash next to the trash can so I can take it outside when I get ready to go outside, and she's digging in my trash bag. Like she's lost her ever loving mind. And I'm glad that I did this in the kitchen today, because had I been in the living room, I never would have caught her.
Right.
And I would have just come in the kitchen to trash all over it. Anyhow, all right. So you have no. Okay, so your sister-in-law said, "Oh, you're back."
No, my sister.
Okay.
My sister called me, I think, like Monday, because I think I had to take Joshua to the dentist, whatever. And then she was like, "Oh, you back?" And I'm like, "Well, where did I go?" She was like, "Girl, you was out the whole week." I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "I called you, and she's like, you don't remember nothing from Friday?" I was like, "No, I don't. I really don't." So when I posted on Facebook, and then my brother was like, I was like, the next time, hold on, one more thing is charging backwards. My brother was like, I said, I don't know what. I said, the next time I eat edibles, why is that shit charging backwards? If my phone cut off, it's going because the battery died. It's charging backwards. I don't know why. What the fuck? So
That's
anyway, let me
weird.
try to hurry up. Yeah, it's charging backwards. Yep, it's on 0%. It's gonna end up dying.
Oh, well, it was fun talking to you while you were here. We'll have to go on Facebook for part 2. So if you're not in the girl gang, we'll go live soon and
We'll
finish listening to
see.
the rest of the story, and maybe we'll find out exactly what happened, because I feel the witnesses are going to tell her what she did.
No,
So,
they told me. So let me see if I can squeeze in real quick for a cutoff.
okay.
But anyway, so like I said, I posted on Facebook, and my brother was like, he posted like some meme of somebody with their hands doing like sign language, and I'm like, I don't understand what you're talking about. So he was like, well, that's what you look like. I said, huh? So then the following Friday, I was like, cause my sister-in-law was like, she was like, cause she always like, when I tell you, she always catch me. Like, if you see me posting any videos like me out dancing, 9 out of 10 is her be hyping me up as hell. Like, I know what the hell I be doing. But yeah, my sister-in-law always be catching some good, but she didn't catch me this night. And she was like, I'm mad I ain't record you. And I'm like, not you? I said, no, why nobody recorded that? They told me that I put on the show. I put on the concert. So they were saying that I was doing like I was the orchestra for the DJ when he was playing the music. I was like, how, Sway? If I don't know what's going on, how they was like, I don't know, but whatever every song they played, your hands was moving as if you was the instrument. What? So I didn't understand. Now, mind you, within that weekend, I had a whole dream about a name and everything. I ain't gonna tell you the name, but about a name and everything. I'm like, how? I was like, what did that mean? Like, I don't get it. So basically, I'm starting to put it together as because like now I'm like, okay, I did another. I'm like, well, let me see the effect if it has on me every time I eat this edible, because it never did it when I did the gummies, like only the chips. So I'm like, okay,
Well, because you
so
ate the whole bag of chips.
right, but it still gives me the effect even if I eat one. So I still have the same effect. So I'm just like, and it feels good, girl. It feels so good. I ain't gonna lie, it feel because I got so much pain, and it's like when you dance, you don't feel none of that. Maybe the next day, a couple of days, but
Oh, from
that
your
day,
knee, right? From your knee.
my knee, my back, my hip, yeah, I'm all messed up. But I'm not on a cane anymore, so thank God for that.
And you've
Um,
also, we didn't even, hopefully your phone is just saying it's charging in reverse. You've had you've been like very serious about your weight loss journey and everything, which
mhm.
I've loved to watch that as well. You start taking your health seriously.
Right. But of course I gained it back, and I wasn't really I kept it down. I kept it well, yeah,
I don't
I
think
gained
you
it back.
gain all of it back.
I did. You know what's funny? So when I started, I was 181. When I first started, that was 2018. That's the biggest I was. And my smallest, when I started, I went down to 145. So my goal was a solid 150. So basically, I kept it down. But I was on Herbalife, and Herbalife is very expensive, and my money wasn't always coming in the way I wanted to. And I mean, I had my play money and I had my work money, but I was like, I could still do this without paying for this, and just basically keep on the same regimen. It's like 1 meal, two shakes. If I do that, that would just cut down my losses. But my thing was, I like the vitamins. They had this vitamin called aminogen. A minute. Am I spelling pronounce? Aminogen, I think it's pronounced. Is basically it tightens the skin, and Palessa Duro is a powder that you put in the shakes to shrink the stomach. So those two things I really like. Like I can do without the shakes, but the shakes is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not.
I'll have to
But
send you the link. So when I said earlier that I'm cutting out all this stuff for my new lifestyle change, so I don't, are you, if you're in the girl gang, then you would have saw that I posted like when I was like 183 pounds, and that's where I stopped weighing myself.
mm,
So because I just didn't want to know after that. So I
right.
could have, I don't know if I ever gained another pound after that. I have no clue. I'm not claiming it. So
Right, because my son even asked me the other day. He was like, "Mom, did you weigh yourself?" I'm like, "Weigh myself for what?" But he was like, I just thought he was trying to tell me I'm fat or something. I'm like, damn, like what the hell? Like you
I
gotta
know
tell
how
me.
my clothes fit. I don't need to weigh nothing.
Right, but my thing is, I'm losing inches, so my waist bead fell. Like I stepped on the scale the other day. That's how I know. Like okay, I'm like I'm 181, but I don't feel it. Like before, I used to feel it. I don't feel like I'm heavy, but when I'm walking and what I try to do now, I do a lot of walking. And when I walk, I'll sing. So as I'm walking and singing, if I'm out of breath, then I'm like, yeah.
Right. So what
So,
I'm getting ready to start, the Pure 21 challenge, and it's a 21-day gut reset.
mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are having great results. But so after I lost, because I don't know, what did I got down to at one point 129, which I feel like that was still very small for, like, that was too small. I was so small.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know how much I weigh now because, like I said, I know how my clothes are fitting, so I don't need to
Right.
know. But anyway, so yeah, it's this there's a whole little system, and it comes with a shake also. It's like a whey protein.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, like, I didn't start it yet because, like I told you, I need to get a few things out of my system first. Like, I want some ice cream. And I
Yeah.
know it's only 3 weeks, but what I don't want to happen is that during those 3 weeks I just get cravings and cravings, and then I'm driving myself nuts. So when I lost the weight before, I didn't use any system except I had watched Katie Couric, and this was, oh my gosh, maybe like 12 or 13 years ago, and she was talking about how addictive sugar is. And at the time, I used to eat so much candy, like unhealthy amounts of candy every single day. Like I was addicted to the sugar for real.
Mm-hmm.
So I quit sugar cold turkey, and I think it was for 6 weeks or something like that. That is literally, the weight just melted off my body. It was insane just from cutting out
Mm-hmm.
sugar. I didn't exercise. I didn't do anything. That was just insane to me. So that was my journey into realizing, like, oh, the food that I'm eating is the reason why my behind is so big.
Right.
I kind of miss my big butt though. But
I want to say I want a big black shoe. Look.
first of all, at this time, big butts were not in style. Okay. They were
Mm-hmm.
not the fad. People were not getting BBLs. Um, and it was so big, it was like always the center of attention. Like, it was video model status. Okay, so
Excuse me, miss.
will you I was, first of all, if I had a redo, I would take back, I was so conservative at the time. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. Like, if I had to do it all over again, I promise you I would have been butt naked on everything, making all the money from it. I fucked up. Okay, so when you mentioned the multivitamin, if that's what made me think of it, was you mentioned the multivitamin, because this is a part of the system too. Has 20 vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, and B complex. But what really stood out to me is that it has biotin, folic acid, and iron. So hopefully it has a plant-based iron so that it keeps your belly from getting backed up. But anyway, I'm excited to start it whenever I get all the bad food out. I had nachos yesterday, so I got the nachos out of my system. I also had pizza the other day before that, so we're going we're gonna slow it down. We're gonna slow it down.
Yeah.
So I would love to have you join me. I'll send you some information about it, and even if you don't get the kit, to just like join me on reclaiming our health in general, so that we can be here for our babies for a long time to come.
Right. Oh wait, happy Women's Month, girl.
Yes, happy Women's Month. Happy Women's Month. Yes.
Yes.
And that actually in itself should be the reason why we snatching our health back under control. Plus also with your knee, you know that the more that you have on it, the worse that it will be. So
Right. But my knee haven't been bothering me. No, it wasn't my knee, it was my hip.
okay.
They haven't been bothering me in a while. Like I notice, like if I sit, like right now I'm sitting down, like I'll be literally getting up, squeezing my butt cheek because I'm like, oh my goodness, it hurt so bad, and it be so embarrassing because I'll be outside and it happens. I'm like, and I have to like right in between my hip and my thigh, I have to squeeze and cuff my glutes right there because that's where the pain is at. And I haven't gone to therapy in a while because they had cut it off. So I have to go back to the doctor to get another referral to go back.
Please
So
do that so you
yeah,
can
my
stop
appointment
clenching
is
your cheeks.
this month. Huh?
It says please do that so you can stop clenching your cheeks.
No, I grab it. I don't clench it. I grab and squeeze like a man should be doing, but
Because you got to hold it in place. You know, I'm
right.
gonna we're gonna have to see. We'll look and see if you can. Well, you already know the exercises because you was in the therapy, so you don't
Yeah.
need the therapist to do the dang. Girl, where's where's
I
my
got the
belt?
paperwork and just showing me all the bridges and all this other. Yeah. I'll be doing it in the kitchen.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'll be doing it when I'm in the kitchen. There's nothing. I do some squats. I do the leg raises. Yeah, I do a little bit of everything.
I'm the girl. I'm the wrong friend to tell that you're not doing what you're supposed to do with your health. Because I'm definitely the mom friend, and I'll be texting you like, "Did you do your physical therapy today in your kitchen?" And don't let me find out somebody got diabetes. Oh Lord, have mercy. My
Man,
grandmother.
so okay, I was pre-diabetic, right? And I lost the weight and everything. Yeah, they told me I was pre-diabetic, lost the weight, and the doctor was like, "Whatever you're doing, continue doing it." So why recently, probably like beginning of this year, I want to say, or like the end of the last year, doctor called me. She's like, "Oh, well, you have a schedule for Dr. Marks to talk about your diabetes." I'm like, "Okay." Then I'm like, "Wait a minute, I'm diabetic?" Like, she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Yes, miss, because we are not claiming that. I am not diabetic. I was pre-diabetic. It's reverse. So where you get me being diabetic from?
Right.
No, miss.
Girl, my grandmother messed up. My grandmother had type 2 diabetes. Um and so she used to go to this diabetes support group and she messed up when she took me in there. Mm-mm. She messed up for the world because can't nobody tell me they got diabetes. You can't eat nothing wrong in front of me. You can't tell me you're not doing what the doctor said you're supposed to do. Girl, I am that annoying friend. I surely am. I am. Because
Mm-mm.
I feel like if we don't, as Black women, if we don't like look out for each other in that way, then like who else will?
Right, yeah.
Like who else is gonna like nag you about doing something? Because there's things that we just don't discuss with our parents if they're still living, or people like me who don't have parents to nag them, you know? So
Right.
feel free to nag me too. It's cool. I'm so glad that you took the time to have this conversation with me today. This is so much fun.
Yeah, it is.
It just feels
What
like
you
a
got going on
FaceTime.
with yourself besides your little, pure romance, girl? I saw your little booty out. I was like, look at her. All right. The red lip. Excuse the hell out of me.
Um, Girl, I'm just out here trying to encourage people to build their confidence because wearing lingerie for 5 days consecutively boosts your confidence.
Hmm.
Um, and hell, there's times in my life which I wish I had known that because I would have been wearing it every single day because I
Yeah.
needed that 20%. Um, so what do I got going on? Really, honestly, I've just been pouring myself into pure romance because there's so much other stuff happening in my real life.
Right.
Um, And so pure romance has been a weird kind of outlet to be able to have like something I can focus on. Like I can control that, right?
Right.
So to an extent, right? So if I put the work in, I'll get oh I can see the effort. I can set goals. I can control if I get up every day and do what I'm supposed to do, you know? So it's kind of been a therapy for me in a very weird way, considering the problems that are in my life. Uh, but aside from that, oh, let me show. Oh, you will appreciate this. Hold on, hold on. So my cousin, when I went to Texas last year, I was like the typical city slicker, and I had Jade. Can you please move? Jade is my dog, by the way, y'all. So if y'all ever hear me saying something out of pocket to Jade, it's a dog. Because every time I say Jade, people be like, "Oh, you got another kid? Oh, you babysitting?" No, Jade is the dog. Jade is the dog that I got when I had accepted. This is so messed up. When I had accepted that I probably just wasn't going to have a kids because I had nobody, wasn't dating anybody. I was already in my 30s, and I was like, you know what? I'm single, ain't got nobody. Let me get a dog. So I adopted Jade, and um then I then I had a kid. So all right. So anyway, I went to Texas, and I was doing city slicker shit. Yeah, hold on. I was doing city slicker shit, and my cousin was like, I bought this cowboy hat, and he was like, I'm bringing you a hat. I was like, okay, whatever. So he came and brought me this Milano hat, but it was so messed up, right? It was
Wait, is that
so
the one
messed up.
that you hit me up about? That's the one that you redid?
Yeah, so I hit you up last year, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so it's this like white hat. You can see how stained it is on the inside, and the stains were also showing on the outside. And nothing that I was doing was, I couldn't clean it. And I didn't
Mm,
want to take it to a dry cleaner because even just using baby wipes was peeling off the coating. And I didn't
mm.
want to mess with the integrity of the hat. So that's what I came up with.
I like
Thank
it.
you. So I did, it took me a long time for no reason, just because life. Like, this is a one
Right.
day project, girl. Like,
That's how I felt when I did them sneakers. I was like, cause let me tell you, so when I did one sneaker first, and then I had to run out to the fabric store to go get something. I'm like, okay, all I could just finish this one sneaker and finish the other one later today. Girl, that one sneaker took me for the whole damn day. I was like, oh no, I'll do the other one tomorrow.
mm-hmm. It took me, I've been working on this since September, and I just finished this like a week or two ago. It's terrible.
Really?
Yeah. But I can't say I was working on it the whole time. I would just do
Right.
little things at a time. So it would be like stupid stuff, right? Like, okay, I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna finish it. Cause I would take it with me, like if we were traveling or whatever. And cause, something to do, I would
Mm-hmm.
run out of hot glue, or the battery on my hot glue gun died, like in the middle of my project. So it will be little dumb stuff, like you said. You got to run to the fabric store, man.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get out, once the mood is gone, the mood is gone.
Yes.
It's like, y'all know. Well, I do sell pure romance. It's like you get to the peak, and then something happens to distract you, and then it's you can't get right back there right away.
Right.
And for me, that's what it's like when I'm creating something. So I have this. Oh, let me show you this. So, by the time, and what is
Wait,
so sad is,
before we go on, so you completely stop sewing? Just
no, I didn't. I mean, I didn't give up.
uh-huh.
I didn't give up on sewing. Um, what was frustrating to me was I felt like so many people were using my ideas and not even giving me credit for inspiration. And that was just so frustrating because I'm like, so y'all out here eating off of me. And I'm sure people do the same thing to you because you make dope ass stuff. And
Thank you.
so, and I love our relationship as creators, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
essentially outside of pure romance, like, right, we do a lot of the same stuff, but there's never been any type of competition. If I made something that she thought was cool and she wanted to recreate it, she called me and was like, how did you do that? What did you
Mm-hmm.
do? And I also have called her and been like, girl, I need, like, I called her for help with that hat, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I just want to, like, I appreciate you so much for just like being such a dope ass person. If I
Oh,
never
thank
told you
you.
that before, yes. Um, so no, I didn't give up on sewing. It's just I got tired of people doing weird stuff um with my ideas and then mediocre at that, some of them. Um, and then I also just feel like I have to be well, I guess I don't have to. And this is probably something I should work through actually now that I'm talking about this. I like to be happy when I make stuff. But maybe
Mm-hmm.
something will maybe something will beautiful will come out of me making something when I'm not happy. So
Mm-hmm.
um girl, just life in the way, keeping me from sewing stuff. And I also am not interested in mass producing things.
Mm-hmm.
I like to make something and get off that. So I don't know so I don't know
Yeah,
how
I'm
I can
laughing.
monetize that.
I'm laughing because yo, I just said that to this guy yesterday on the phone. Cause like I'm sitting here making panties, and I'm like, I'm over this. I don't want to make no more.
Right. It was cute the first time when you were trying to figure out how to do it, right? Then you got it down and you're like, oh, I could do this. Make a
There
couple of pairs. And then you're like, there's something different about creating when there's an obligation to create. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that is what I don't like.
Okay.
So when I come back, I think I would, and this is also a tricky area, um, doing customs. So I'm thinking of only strictly doing customs and one of a kind pieces, or maybe two. If
I,
my
I'm
practice,
so I'm so glad that we're having this conversation about creators because there's always different levels to us. And I feel like a lot of creatives don't talk about this, what we're talking about right now, where we like, okay, we just want to do this and that and move on. Like for me, for prime example, when I did my glasses, I started off with no lenses. And that was just like, okay. And I didn't think it was gonna pop off the way it did.
those were
And remember that,
dope.
but
When
you
I
remember the
first saw
pop-up
those,
shop.
you don't know how mad I was that I didn't think of that idea first. Those are so dope.
Thank you, but listen, but the thing is, I didn't really think it was gonna pop off because I'm like, okay, I got these frames, I don't want to throw them away. Let me just do something with it. So that's what happened. So when I posted that picture, and I got so many positive hits about that, and remember that same week, I was getting ready for the pop-up shop at Savathon, and they was like, I was not planning on making those glasses. I was not
I
planning on selling
forgot
those
about that. I
glasses.
forgot that we did that together. Like,
Right.
we do vendor events together and we both basically sell almost the same exact stuff. Like, people don't get it. There's space for everybody. And
Right.
even we both at that event, we both had head wraps. But you know what? We both have different we have similar tastes, but we have different styles.
Mm-hmm.
So my head wraps were different fabrics from her head wraps. I was sitting over there looking through her stuff like, girl, where did you get this?
Right. And then I might have had like a whole match. Like I had the head wraps, the glasses, and the earrings.
Yes. You were
So
killing them sets, girl.
I still got that little wrap skirt, shirt, however I wear it, that's what it's gonna be.
I have the I meant to send it to you a long time ago, or did I give it to you? The head wrap?
Mm-mm.
I meant okay, I have a head wrap for you that matches that because you had asked me at one time if I had a head wrap and I didn't.
I
And
think that
then
print, yeah.
I came across that fabric again. They only had 1 6 yard bunch of it, and I got it. So
Mm.
I have a head wrap for you, girl. I got a head wrap.
Thank you. I
Yes.
am.
Which that was so cool how you like reworked this. I designed it as a skirt, and then she showed me how it could be a skirt, all kind of different tops. Girl,
It was just it was just a little too short for me to wear a skirt. I was like, this I can't do it.
you know I be on
I
my
think
hot girl
I think
shit.
I wore it that night. Yeah, I wore it that night. So all white affair. Yep. And I
I
wore
be
it
on
as
my
a
hot
top.
girl shit. So anything coming from me is gonna either be short or tight, or really long. And if it comes with something really long, I guarantee you probably almost naked on the top.
Listen, either you're gonna show your best access, so either your breasts or your legs. I like to show my legs. I used to hate my legs, but my calves, I guess I grew into it. So hey,
Girl, you have
that's what.
some nice legs. You wild.
Thank you. Now I used to listen. Let me tell you. So one day I was walking down Flatbush Avenue, and this guy, and I heard him because he was like either talking to somebody or I think he was on the phone, and he was saying something about, "Oh, I would never get a man because I got." He's like, "Oh, she must not have a man." Something either I don't have a man or she must not have a man because her legs built like one. I'm like, damn, like yeah, girl. Yeah, I used to. Yeah, I didn't really like my legs. My calves, they so huge, and I'm short, so it's like, I ain't like them, but I grew into it.
And it's just people don't realize how one comment or one nasty thing can just affect someone, which is why it is just important to keep your nasty ass opinions, comments, and thoughts to yourself.
Right.
And consider, like, how would you feel if somebody said something like that to you? Because I'm sure anyone with the audacity to say something like that was probably looking to hit themselves.
And I don't even know what he looked like, but it was a grown ass man. I was like, God damn, like put me down. Like, yeah, but it didn't get to me because this is like I was still working at Save-A-Thon when he said that. But I was like, damn, like then when I hear certain things like that, that's what my mind started thinking like, damn, is that reason why I don't have a man? Because they feel like, I start questioning myself. So it's just like, damn, he said he said something about everybody else thinking or something. What the hell is going on here? That's how I was seeing it.
He's just a hater and miserable people do miserable ass things. That's that on that. Miserable people do miserable things. Girl.
Right.
Um, and that's why I work. So whatever I'm doing, right, there's always some kind of teaching behind it. That I realize that about myself, right? Like I can teach anybody anything about sex ed, about sewing, about couponing, how to make a PB&J. Um, but one thing that I love is that I can do my little part in the world to help make sure that women always feel empowered and confident about themselves in general. And inside or outside of pure romance. Like that's just I think my ministry, and that's why it's working for me in the way that it is. But yeah, no, I didn't give up on this one. Oh, I pulled this over here to show you. I feel like by the time I finish this, it's gonna be hot as hell because I already started this last winter. But I have this idea for a poncho, and this girl that I went to high school with does these like little dot art things, and it looked so damn cool. So I was like, "Can you make me one of those?" My bad. Am I back? Okay. So I was like, "Can you make me one of those?" And she did. So this is
Ooh.
like little tiny. You see, it's like little teeny tiny dots. So I'm going
Oh.
to. It's a leather poncho, and I'm trying to figure out um how to put it on the poncho, but this is gonna be on the back of it.
Okay.
Oh,
You're not gonna
I
sew it
wonder
down? Hand sew it?
I was thinking, so I want to cut it out so that the white isn't attached to it because I don't want it to look like
Right. I would get like a thick thread that would be shown to like basically when you sew it down, so
oh,
the
so it
thread
looks like
that you could
thick.
right.
Got it. Okay. Now then my other issue is, well, I guess if I did that, I could still stitch around the Madagascar. Because I
Yeah,
was
what
like,
you call it? What is it? What is it? Not the yarn thread, but what's the other one?
I don't know, but I feel like I kind of know
Is
what you're
it a
talking about.
crochet thread? I think the crochet thread.
Oh, I'll look that up. Because in my mind, I was thinking like a denim type of thread.
But is it thick enough to show? It should be able to see it. You
Okay.
don't want the small stitches. Like the
Right.
embroidery thread, like that.
Okay. I'm going to look that up. I'm going to look it up. I think, though, I should probably also glue it down.
Mm-hmm.
Glue it down and then hand stitch.
Right.
But I also don't should I leave a little bit of white around it because how would they see the stitches?
All right. So being that it's facing me, is it facing the right way? Like,
Yeah, it's the right way. It's just the camera has it flipped.
okay, okay. Now, what you said, what you was asking me?
How what do I leave so should I leave some white around it because that would be the only way you could see the stitches.
Well, when you cut it out, of course, leave like an inch of white. So when you do the stitches, you won't be able to see it, but that color that you use. And I will use black.
Okay. Well, the leather is black, so then you wouldn't see the stitch.
Oh, so then white. You want to be able you for some reason I'm just seeing. Well, of course, I saw black first because it's on a white canvas, but
Should I okay. This is the other thing that I was thinking. To cut the shape out of the leather, insert this from the inside in between the lining, then you could definitely still see the stitches from the outside, if that makes sense.
say that one more time.
So I would cut out the leather so that this fits to the exact shape of this. So I could put
Okay.
this on the inside of the coat, but this will be sticking out, but the rest of it that I don't cut off would be sticking out of the I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah,
I'd,
I'm not grasping
so
it.
I'd make a
It's so
cutout in
funny
the
because
leather, put this behind it, and then stitch it from the top. So you don't see any of the outlining at all. But this what you're saying will still show. I don't know. I don't
no,
know.
but I don't know. For some reason, I want to be able to see the outlining of the stitching. That's what I'm talking about.
You would see the stitches.
Yeah, I want it.
You wouldn't see this fabric.
Okay, okay.
This would just be showing through the hole only, and I would stitch it on the top so that the X's, because that's how I imagine it. It would be like big X stitches or something like that.
Right.
Um, to make it look purposely that it's hands. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Hmm.
exaggeration that it's hand sewn on there. But you would only see that. You wouldn't see the edge of this back material because I'd be
Yeah.
inserting it from behind. Then the
Right.
lining of the coat would hide that also.
Okay.
Does that do you follow me?
I think so. I think I'm getting it now.
Okay, yeah. But isn't this cool as shit?
I like that. That's pretty.
So the panels, so this has been such a long ass process. The reason that I put the fabric on that hat is because the panels in the coat that like I said, I started 2 years ago, I think almost. I might have said last year, but I didn't mean that. I meant the year before. Um, so it'll have the hat. The hat has the kente. The jacket will have. There's two panels in it that will have that kente, and then this is on the back.
Mm.
And I got two of these. So this is what I was saying, like the one of a kind stuff, right? So the first one I make my sample, that's mine because I think it's dope
Right.
and I want to keep it.
Right.
Then I'll make
We
one
so
more.
much alike. I didn't even notice.
You said what?
I said I didn't know so much we are alike when it comes to certain things. Cause I'm the same way. I be like, listen, that's why people are like, oh, you selling that? I'm like, yeah.
There's a couple of things that I sold that I didn't want to sell, but I'm like, dang, Brandon, it's like, how you gonna keep all your own stuff? How you gonna
Right.
make money from that? That don't
I
make
get
no
that a
sense.
lot. I get that a lot. Like, oh, you gotta make your stuff and sell it to them. Like I do. That's why I got my glasses and stuff. But
Yeah, so I'm gonna make one for me, and then the one that someone can buy. It's one of a kind. It's gonna be the only one out there. I don't even know if I could get this thing off of Amazon ever again. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Plus, that was like 20, that thing was like $30 a piece for those. The girl, she was really cool. So I bought him on Amazon and had them shipped to her. And then she made them I bartered with her and paid her in coochie conditioning shave cream. It was the best. I was like, that's all you gonna charge me? I was like, I'm looking at all these little dots and I can see how long it's going to take you, and I'm giving you two of them to do. She was like, yeah, just send me 2 bottles. Okay, sis, I'm not gonna argue with you.
Right. I need a okay, so it's funny that you say it's not funny, but it's just like okay. So the guy that I talked to a while back, he was like, "Oh, you need to give classes on fellatio," and I'm like, "What?" Because I've never been the type of person to talk about what I do or how to do it. Never. So I'm just like, I'm just like stuck. I'm like, what? No. So I'm like, I appreciate how you just open. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I'll talk with my girls, whatever. But you know how some people like, oh, I could do this and I could. I never been that type. Never will be that type. I'm just
Because you don't
like,
have to talk about it, just be about it.
right. Because if you ever get the chance to get with me, then you know how I get down. Other than that, you will never know because I'm not gonna tell you nothing, and
One thing
nobody else
that I
is gonna tell you
find
anything.
so one thing I find weird, right? So like I get that it's assumed that I'm saying that I'm good at it if I'm teaching a class about it, right? It's an assumed thing. But I don't ever say, "Oh, I got proof, I got evidence. You can ask about me." And what's weird is when people come in my comments with those kind of comments. And then I found out I was like 2 weeks ago years old when I found out that people are making those kind of comments so that people slide in their inbox. I was like, because I'm like, why would you say that? That is just so weird. Like,
Right.
why would you announce that? And then somebody hit me up and told me why people do that. And I was like, okay, I'm not judging. Y'all do y'all.
Uh-huh.
It wouldn't be me though.
Right.
But girl, let me go ahead and get off of here and go see about this girl and see what she's doing, if she made a mess of her breakfast or not. And thank goodness that she has given me the time and the space to have this conversation with you. I'm so grateful
But
for
you
it.
still homeschooling?
We're still homeschooling.
Yeah, okay, that's what's up.
I don't want to
She was quiet because I really thought she was in school somewhere, girl. Because I know how she could get. Yes. I really thought she was in school by now. I'm like, okay, I didn't think she was home.
no, BB's chilling. She in the mornings, if I have to work in any capacity, either doing stuff like this or my day job. I have a thing set on her tablet where she could only do educational stuff. So even if I can't physically be her teacher, I'm still making sure that she's getting in her little educational activities. So
Right.
I'm grateful. Yeah, we've developed, on most days, we've developed this great relationship where she will give me the space to work, because I had to break it down to her like, you like going fun places, right? And I named her all of the fun things that we've done. She'll bring up stuff that we did like 4 years ago, right? And I'm like, you like to do those things, but they cost money. And I have to work in order to get money. So if you don't let me work, I can't get money and we can't keep doing fun things and we will be in this house every day.
Mm-hmm.
From that day forward, she lets me work.
I wish my child would just be. I be telling I'm like, listen, you're gifted, you're talented. Let's put this together and make some money together. This boy thinks I'm made of I'm from a bank or something. I'm like, yo, I'm on E. Like literally, I'm on E. There's no income coming in. Like, come on, let's do something. Let's do
He'll
something
have,
together. But
everyone has their own journey.
yeah.
It took me a long time. When I was about his age, a little bit before is when I had started like my career as an artist writing. So I would write essays and poetry and I was doing really good at it. But my mom made it not fun.
Mm-hmm.
Uh because she inserted the part of, well, if you want to like, so I would like go on tours, right? People would invite me to do tour different stuff or whatever, or there would sometimes just be contests. Nobody wants to make something creative under a deadline.
Right.
And so it just made it not fun. And it took me years to be able to get back to the space of like figuring out how to like, I don't know, just figuring out to re-tap into my artist self and space. So we all have our own journey. He might, hell, in 2 days from now, wake up and be like, Mom, let's get this money. I have this great idea. So just
Trust
be,
me, he has a lot of great ideas, but when it comes to actually putting it together and making it work, so I don't push him no more. I just let him do what he do.
well, he
So when
has you as a great example. And whether you think so or not really, he's obviously, he sees everything that you do and he sees how it's working and working out for you. And even if he's not catching the full scope of the lesson right now, you're planting the seeds. So he's seeing what happens when you do something from start to finish. And it sounds also like he has to work on not being a perfectionist. So that sounds like that's a part of his journey too. So,
well, he probably got that from me because if something ain't right, I'm like, listen. Like prime example, this lady asked me to make this dress that Jasmine Sullivan had on. I'm waiting to post this because she ain't wear it yet, but and I still got the dress. She ain't come pick it up either. Like it's amazing. Like I'm happy how this dress came out. But when she first fit in, I was like, and I wasn't there, so they took a picture of what it looked like. I was like, I don't like it. I gotta do the dress over. It was like, what you mean? I was like, it's too tight on her. I don't like the way how it fit. I have to do it over. If I don't like it, I'm not gonna give it to her. So my business partner was like, I think it's fine. I said, nope. So when I spoke to the customer, she agreed with me. She's like, yeah, it was too, but you didn't say anything. You gonna let me finish this dress without saying anything to me. So if I felt like, nah, it's supposed to be a little A-line dress, not a straight. And I'm like, no. She was like, yeah, you're absolutely right. See, all you gotta do is open your mouth and say something. You knew the dress.
right.
Like,
Now, see, that's different than, that was like a good example of like being a perfectionist. Because had the dress been too tight, then you'll work out there. Maybe she got bloated the day before, and now your dress pop on her, and now a lot by True out here looking crazy.
right.
I'm talking about, because this, I don't want to project on the Josh, but just when you were talking about like how he'll start stuff and be like pretty so obsessed with the details, which is good in some ways, right? Like that is a strength that could be highlighted in some areas. We just have to make sure that it doesn't hold him back, because in in my own life, there's so many things that I didn't do or release because I felt like I can't get it right, I can't get it perfect, how's this gonna look, etc., etc. And once I finally got to the space in my mind that I realized, and this is a little bit cocky, I guess, but it's true. My best, my mediocre is somebody else's best.
Mm-hmm.
And so if it's not perfect to me, that doesn't mean that it's still not good. And once I just let that go, my life has been just so much better. And there
Right.
are things in the though that I have put out there. Sometimes I see it and I'm like, but you know what? If anybody else, excuse me, saw that or said that, they didn't say nothing to me about it. So also
Right.
they're not doing the work. They're not doing me, they can't be me. And I'm not perfect. So y'all gonna get what y'all get to an extent. Cause like I said about the branding, right? Like there's just certain stuff
Right.
that I can't do. But yeah, we're gonna be uplifting Josh so he can get his creative juices flowing, because even when he was a little kid and I would see him sit and save-a-thon with his little drawings, they were so cute. My little friend, tell him I say hi, I miss him.
Will. Definitely will. Think he
Yeah,
grown.
13, yes, absolutely. Holy cow, time is flying. Every time I walk past his grandfather's house, I say a little prayer for y'all.
Oh, thank you. I gotta call him too. I was just checking. I gotta call him. I spoke to him. Well, we in March already. I was supposed to be in January. I didn't speak to him last month.
Yeah,
Check
check
on
on him. Check on him.
him. His grandpa was a hot mess, man. What? Listen. He may not speak English well. You may not understand him very well, but that man is something else. Talking about he wanna be with me, sir. Yes, that's what. Yes, 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 girl. Yes.
Okay, maybe have Josh check on him. Maybe.
Right. You old enough. Go call your grandfather.
Right. You don't have
Like,
to be the
please.
intercessor. You don't have to subject yourself to that. You don't have to be the intercessory anymore
Right. I be
because
trying to take Joshua over there, go see him. He be like, "Oh, come leave Josh." I'm not leaving Joshua because there's no reason for me to come without him.
I'm gonna drop Joshua off and he finna
Time
knock on
out.
your
You
door by
want a
himself.
glass of wine? Like, no, thank you.
Sir, that is just so inappropriate, girl. Oh, have mercy. Well,
Oh
like I
my
said, let me
goodness.
get off of here and check on this girl. It was a pleasure having this
Yes,
conversation
likewise.
with you. And please, there was a link. You're supposed to send me the link of the Apollo.
Yes, I will. I definitely will do that once I get off.
I can't wait to see it. I love
I
you, and I hope you have a
love
great
you
rest
too.
of your day. Thank you all for
Give
watching.
BB kiss for me.
What's that?
I said, give BB kiss for me.
I sure will. Hopefully, we'll see you soon.
Yes, ma'am. All right, love you, girl.
Love you later. Bye.